I've only gone and found more stuff on Facebook, and free, I'll add. This was free. I was like, oh, yes, I'd like that for the hallway. The kitchen door would be really nice. That was the plan, and that's what I intended, but it didn't go to plan. How is everyone? I hope you're all doing really, really good. It is baking. We're all cooking like sausages on a barbecue. Look at it, it's dirty. It's dirty, but nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it, just needs a clean, and that's what Gabby's going to be doing today, giving it a nice little splosh wash, little scrub around the corners, scratch it around. Yes, excuse the shorts and crop. I was boiling. I'm like unbearable. I think I lasted about 15 minutes, and I was like, I can't. There was sweat in places you don't even want to know. But who cares when you're in the garden, scrubbing a door, as you do on the daily basis. So I gave it a wash round on the wood, and then I went over and done the glass with that gorgeous smelling Sainsbury's stuff, Green Care or whatever it is. Yeah, cleans them up real nice. And gave it the wipe over, and then went and did the other side. It was heavy as hell. I'm not joking. I reckon you could lift 6 of the doors I've got in this house, and it wouldn't have been the same weight as that. It's a joke. I know it's because of the glass, but flipping out. But I was like, oh, imagine all the light coming in from the back. It would be really nice and brighten up the hallway even more. Well, I measured it to my kind of measuring, didn't I? Honestly, sometimes I wonder. But for the time it would have taken me to go down and get a tape measure, would have been a lot quicker, a lot less hassle than me actually taking the other door off and thinking, yep, I'm going to put it, here we go. Look, absolute melon. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. So I have to put it elsewhere. But I do add to this as well. I do add to the door because that was my shoe. We need to give a little bit of privacy going on. Yes. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm struggling throughout the day. That's me, fed up, like, I can't believe this. I can't believe, what do? I can wedge it in there. Yes, you can, Gabby, wedge it in there. Of course you're not. It was like 3 to 4 inches too wide. But anyway, I decided, no, I'm going to take it upstairs. Braced myself for the hell. It caused the worst hand pain I've ever experienced doing this door. Yes, it did. It was so unbelievably painful. I put a video up about whether or not I can still continue, because I just don't know how much more my hand is going to take unless I get some help. I mean, I'm not doing this every day, this kind of hard labour, but I shouldn't have to suffer it with cleaning my house or just cooking my kids' dinner. And I do, but I'm not going to go into that. Positive note, took the boys up the harbour the other night, we did. Absolutely gorgeous. Went to see this ship that's coming. Spanish ship. Neo Victoria. Yes. It's beautiful. It's a replica of the ship that was the first ship to go around the world or something. Yeah, can I remember? No. Door's not closing quite as I need it to. Bearing in mind, I'm putting a door on for the first time ever in my life. And I've obviously replaced doors quite easily, taken one off and put one on, but I've never fitted one myself. So it was not fun. It was not pleasant. It didn't fit properly, so I was like, well, I'll have to whip some of this off. Bear in mind, this door is going on the outside because we can't fit it to the original brackets on the inside because of the radiator we've got there. Yeah, we love that radiator, and there's no way I'm getting rid of it. It's amazing. It heats up nicely. And not only that, it's great for your towels. A towel radiator in your bathroom is like the best thing ever. So I got these chipping off the old chip tools, and I'm chipping away. Yes, look at me go. Look at me go. I was loving it. I was loving it until it actually really started to hurt. And then I was like, I don't think I can handle much more of this. Sam took his snake out in the garden because I was banging quite a bit, and he didn't want him to be like, on full alert in there, doing his little slithering about side by side, thinking there's some sort of threat from the thumps of the vibrations that he could hear. So he took him outside, and it is boiling, so he would absolutely love it. He goes through the grass. Yes. He slithers slowly through the grass, looking around, his tongue's going. And then he normally spends most of his time on the patio chairs we've got. He likes doing that, bless him. But I didn't have to take too much off, but I didn't get it straight. Let's just keep that in mind. I didn't get it straight. I am going to do something to smooth it out and straighten it, and I'm going to paint it, but I can't get it done in this video because I need to be more patient with myself, and I need to be more giving to myself, because like these door frames, they all need cleaning, possibly repainting, and I'm like, I want it done, and I'm itching, and I'm desperate, and I'm feeling like I should, but physically I know that I can't. So I need to go, no, Gabby, do one bit at a time. Do the door bit that you've done today, leave it, soldier, and then go in and do the next thing when you're feeling ready. So I had a day break yesterday. I went to the doctor's. I'm getting help. Finally, I'm getting help. I've had to chip off. Look, it was so easy though. The sliding it off was really easy. That's the gap I've made, and I'm going to have to smooth, look at it, smooth and paint that. One is. Yes, one is. But no, I saw a lovely doctor, bless him, and he's helping me. He's helping me get on track. Yes, there is a door thing on the inside, and I've had to put one on the outside, so I'm going to have to fill that hole as well. All these holes I'm having to filling them. But another hole that I'm having to fill, so my naughty little piggies, right, my Nibbles, which is under the command of Boss Pig, hence why he's called Boss Pig. And to be honest, I still say it, we should have called them Churchill and Hitler, because we've got one white piggy with like brown and black, who is the boss, and he marches about wiggling his bum, going like that, inspecting. And then you got Nibbles, which we should have called Hitler. He just sits there chewing and eating. He don't care as long as he eats. Well, basically, he's eaten the wood frame of this little thing that I built. So I was like, I'm going to have to fill it, because I came into the front room. I was like, what's that noise? What is that noise? Boss Pig got out through the gap that Nibbles had chewed. He got out the trenches and he was in the front room. But of all the places he could have gone, he climbed inside the guinea pig muesli bag and was munching on that. I do apologise for my old mum tum there, my rolls of mum blubber. But what can you do? If it was completely smooth, I wouldn't be able to bend and I wouldn't be human. Saying that, Nick and Elliot were watching the first ever Star Wars last night. I believe it was the first ever one. It looked old as hell, and I've not watched any of them, so I apologise in advance for Star Wars fans. I've never watched one. Anyway, I was sitting there watching some of it with them, and then I went out into the kitchen to make a drink. And Nick calls me in, laughing his head off. He said, look, there's a bar. There's an actual pub where you're from. And there was these aliens and stuff in there. And I was like, thanks. Elliot's laughing his head off because they all still say that I'm from planet Zog, and Nick has told them that from day one, and that my blood is green. Thank you very much. Anyway, it's the next day. I couldn't do any more, and I went to B&Q. B&Q. I went toodling in there, well excited. I got way too much of this DC Fix stuff. This is transparent, I think it is, in the number 3. I'll show you at the end, but yeah, firstly, I should have gone for the shorter, because the shorter would have fit it perfectly and I wouldn't have to do any cutting. But did I? Did I? Because did I get a tape measure? Did I indeed? Now, if I got a tape measure, I wouldn't be doing all this. I'd just be unpacking, unsticking, and rolling and smoothing. Yeah, I'm going to rub down my door, give it some love. But here I am, regardless, doing my absolute terrible way of measuring. Look, that's how I measure. Yep, it'll fit, so I'll mark it there. Always do a little bit too much. Just a bit too much. I say for the bottom, do about a fingernail length too much. Or even more if you want to, because you can always cut it off, it don't matter. But slightly on the sides as well, slightly too much. Because I always seem to find, look at this, look, this is me trying to peel it off. And this is sped up times 4. Times 4.1, I'll have you know. And I still couldn't get it to unstick. I was so frustrated. So frustrated. But I got there. And yeah, you need patience with this. So if you're thinking of ever doing any of the old DC Fix stuff, no matter where you're putting it, on a window, door, worktop, wherever, don't go in thinking, yeah, I'll just quickly get that done now. No. You need patience of a flipping saint. And you can get tools to like help scrape it down to make sure there's no bubbles that get stuck in, like air bubbles, but I prefer to use my hand. One, because I've got more control over my hands rather than holding a tool because I'll get cramp. I've got more self-control and I find it just goes on so much more easier, and you don't want to risk like scraping it or anything like that. So definitely, I think the warmth of your hand just makes it go on so much better. I am looking a mess right now. I do apologise. I've not slept for 2 nights properly because of my hand, and I need to wash my hair and whatnot, but I'm getting my hair done. Yes, completely different to what the original plan was to go blonde. It's going to take me an age, and I'm going to have to go through every colour of carrot there is under the sun before I do it. So I thought, do you know what? No. And not only that, I really want to look my best when I go and see Sabaton, my Swedish meatballs. I can't be going up there looking like carrot with melon and banana, you know, all frizzy and cooked because I've bleached it so much. No! I'm going to go up there looking like that. Yes, boys. You're not going to see me, but yes, in my head. Look at me. Done my hair to come and see ya. I have. So, as I said, there's about a fingernail length at the end, and I've just sliced it with the old scissors, and it came off nice and smooth. And there we go. Look, it's on. It is on. Yes. And this is what it looks like from the outside. Yes, you can't see anything but your own reflection. Yes, I'm thinking about doing the other side of the door because I've got absolutely loads left. So I think if I do a double-sider, it'll look much better. Just can't do it today because it would absolutely kill me. But with the light on again, and then I'm going to go outside. Yes, show you with the light on. That's what it looks like. Oh, yes. So you can get in the bathroom now and not have to be like, oh, I need to hang something up so no one can see me and all that, because we've had hell with this door frame. This is how much I've got left of the first roll, but I've got a whole roll here unopened. I'm like, do I just take it back? No, I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to keep it because it will come in handy for something. And yeah, I'm always finding things to do. So I know I'll be like, oh, I should have kept it. I've got it now, so I'll keep it. But I'm going to go in. And I'm going to show you, because this is what I do with my life, you know. I set up a camera and then I go and stand into my bathroom, pull the blind down, pull the shower curtain, turn the light on and walk out and go, yes! It's worked a treat. My hard graft has paid off. It smells quite nice as well. It's got a bit of a smell to it. You know, like the old Argos catalogues. I used to pick them up just so I could waft them, flick through the pages really quick and sniff them. Look, you can't see anything, but I will double it up. And I will clean my door frames. We're all good. Thank you so much for watching, my lovely peeps. And I will see you fine people in my next one.